Welcome back to Planning with Jessa. This is your host Jess. So tonight we're gonna do plan your writing year with Heart Breathings. She's already filmed her video, but I will link her video, her blog, and her YouTube down below in the description. In the description. But if once you subscribe to her newsletter, you can get her free Google Drive, her Heart Breathings Google Drive, and you can go into it and you're going to hit 2026 writing plan. And it says schedule. There's two different ones. I clicked this one. I think this is the Sunday start one. And it loads a PDF. Now, if you have Adobe in that, you could fill it out right on the PDF. Or you can do like I'm going to do and do a separate setup. So it says, let's plan for 2026. It's time to turn the page and begin shaping your 2026 writing year. I'm so glad you're here for this moment to go through this process with us as a group. There is something incredibly powerful about standing at the edge of a new year and deciding with intention what kind of creative life you want to build next. This is where your stories begin to move from someday into real life. But before we talk schedules, goals, or word counts, I want you to hear this clearly. You are already a writer, not just when you're consistent or when you're disciplined. Right now, as you are, with your current energy, your responsibilities, your hopes, your fears, and your very limitations. Remember, we aren't planning for a fantasy version of you who suddenly wakes up at 5 a.m., never gets tired, and has unlimited focus and motivation. We're planning for the real you, the human one, the one who is dreaming while juggling real life, inspired and exhausted, hopeful yet sometimes overwhelmed. Planning only works if you plan for reality, not a daydream. The most meaningful writing years aren't built on pressure or impossible expectations anyway. All the years I've tried to plan for some superhuman version of myself were the years I ended up feeling more disappointed and burned out than ever. Meaningful, growthful years are built on self trust, clarity, and substantial momentum. You don't have to be some ideal perfect version of yourself to be success. As you move through the workbook, I invite you to think about what you really want from your writing in 2026. In this year, is this the year you have finally finished the book you've been working on for so long? The year you publish for the first time, the year you simply slow down and fall back in love with storytelling, or the year you take it all from more seriously and go big. All of these paths are valid. All of them are worthy. During our Plan Your 2026 Writing Year live stream, we'll walk through the process together. We'll look at your time, your goals, your energy, and your capacity, and we'll design a plan that supports your real life instead of fighting against it. If you're reading this before we go live, I hope you'll join me on YouTube for the event. And if you're finding this later, you can always catch the replay on my channel at youtube.com/ at Heart Breathings. No matter where you're finding this, when you're finding this, remember that you don't have to do this alone. The Heart Breathings writing community is full of writers who are walking this road right alongside you, dreaming, struggling, creating, starting again together. Join the Facebook group here or come find us on Discord here. And definitely make sure you're following me on YouTube. We've got some great videos coming up in 2026 and I can't wait. Here's a 2026 that feels aligned, meaningful, and deeply creative. I can't wait to see what you write. With so much love, Sarah, because the author is Sarah Cannon. And this is a quote that she added to the her planner. And now we welcome the new year full of things that we have never been by Rainer Mariah Rauch. So the first question she asked us is, let's begin with some journaling. This is the first part of her workbook. It says, how did your writing go in 2025? So I'm going to go in here to my Notion planners. Sorry, my nose itched. Okay, so we're going to go into my work. And we're going to go into my content planner. Chapter 4. When I come back, we'll discuss the difference between migration and exodus. We're going to go here to JLE Writing, which is where all my writing will be posted. Oh, we got to reload it. Sorry for the slow internet connection. Still on my motel's internet. If I stay here any longer, I'll probably have to get separate internet so I can do this and schoolwork. So I'm an online college student with Cedar Crest. So I'm trying to balance. What I'm trying to balance is my writing with my YouTube, and I think right now my YouTube schedule is going to look like is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and leave my weekends open for writing. And I'll probably film on Saturday for Monday's video. So that's what it's looking like. Okay, so here for this. we're gonna do a new page. First, we're gonna do heading. Heading 1. Plan your writing year 2026. And we're going to do page. We're going to do a new page. And we're going to do let's do some journaling. I'm going to change this to here. I'm going to change my icon onto this. We're going to add a cover. I actually have a link. Ooh, sorry for the hiccup. And we're going to reposition this. It's Kermit typing on a typewriter. Okay. So, we're going to do toggle. Toggle list. We're going to do how did your, what was it? How did your writing go in 2025? How did your writing go in 2025? Now, I did some pre-answers.
What was your relationship to Oxley? Dad died in the war. Ox kind of helped my mom raise me. Saying somebody's gonna kill him.
I did pre-answers on my OneNote.
He's down in Peru. Found some type of skull. Crystal skull. The one the guy Mitchell Hodgkiss? Hedgkiss? The one he found. The Ox and I were obsessed with Mitchell Hedges' skull in college. How do you know about it?
Here we go.
So I talked to him. Talk about it.
Oh, maybe I didn't do it.
Was it like an idol? Deity carving, Mesoamerican.
Okay, so how did my writing go in 2025? Let's see. My writing went okay. I honestly didn't get as much as I expected to get done. I wanted to complete my HGC Gilmore Girls story, but I didn't get to it at all. Maybe once this year when I wanted to get to it more. I honestly came up with more ideas than I did actual writing of stories. So I guess I can call that a 6 out of 10 star year. Okay. toggle. So the second question she asked us is, what are you most proud of from the past year?
Tenured professor of archaeology. Oh, your teacher. Asking me a big help. Anyway, she called me 2 weeks ago from South America. Said she'd escaped and they were after her. She said she'd just gotten a letter from the Ox mailing to me something.
What I am most proud of from the past year is that I did any writing at all, even at all, or even came up with ideas when lately all it seems is like I have a serious case of writer's block. Anybody else have like a serious case of writer's block? Like it's so bad and you can't get it out of your head no matter what you do. Like you set a timer, you you feel stuck and burnt out and you can't do it. You just can't believe in yourself. It's just one of those things. It's just one of those things, and that's kind of how I've been feeling the last couple of years. So the next question she asked us is, did you maintain a consistent writing routine this year? I'm going to go here, because then I can meditate in what worked best. No, to be honest, I did not. What worked best was taking words of the day and writing 500 words or less, short, dribble like stories revolving around that word for one of my couples or a simple OG story for that word. It was just randomly done when the mood struck, which I hope to improve in 2026. Okay, the second question she asked us is what can you shift or change in 2026 to be more consistent, to create a more consistent routine and support your writing in some way? What I can shift or change in 2026 to create a more consistent routine is to create myself a schedule and follow through with it, as well as doing daily words of the day dribbles and even 5 to 10 minute warm-ups to help get my brain writing mojo flowing.
He's a very gorgeous child. I'm Confucianism. Spent most of his life in the field. I want to be a good archaeologist. You gotta get out of the library.
Because strategy without the follow through.
Just as I thought. Koyoma. What's that? It's an extinct Latin American language. Pre-Columbian syllabic base.
So, what are you currently working on? List your within progresses and their status. Well, this would be a long list for me. I will go back and fill this in when I'm off camera because this is a long list for me and I'd have to pull up a different app and everything. So the next question is, how many words did you write this year? How about editing? So she says you can estimate this. I wrote an estimated 5,000 words. Wait, no, an estimated 4,000 words and edited about 5,000 words, meaning I added 1,000 words to my stories that I had to edit. Like it says, perfection not required. So just remember that as you're going through, perfection is not required. And I never finish all that I say I'm going to do. Okay, it says we're going to take that number. We're taking that number. We're going to divide it by 52 weeks to get an average of number of words written and edited per week this year. And this will give me a relative realistic starting point for 2026. She says, I know it can be tempting to level up in big ways, but we also want to create a realistic and substantial schedule, so be honest. So, we're going to take 5,000 divided by 52 equals, let's bring up the calculator, because sadly I cannot do that math in my head. Can anyone raise your hands in the comments? Divided by 52. So I gotta write 96 words. 96 words. 96 words per week this year. Did anything affect your writing this year that is unlikely to be a factor next year? No, such an unexpected event. For example, how did it affect you? Well, this is a loaded question. Yes. An unexpected event happened this year by becoming homeless and bouncing from tent to a scam house, then motel to motel. Not having a set place to rest my head. Also living with my chronic daily migraines and missing my Botox injections for them because of all the uncertainty. Uncertainty.
Return where? Or return what? Skull. Where was supposed to return it to?
It affected me by limiting my writing ability because I was not only depressed but sick to work as well. Okay, the next one, she asked us, "Are you currently having fulfilled what you are writing? Why or why not?" Okay, so this to me is a yes and no question. Yes, I am happy with what I am writing for HDC. For those of you who don't know, it's for my story, Highway Don't Care. It's a Gilmore Girls spinoff from season 5. I will leave the link in my description if you would like to check it out, and the description for the story. And the direction it is headed, and look forward to hopefully completing it in the new year. So if you're a fan of that, look forward to that this year. And no, concerning the other works, ideas I've been putting out lately and need to revamp them and my writing in general. The next question she asked you is, what would you like to do more of in your writing or writing business? Simple. Write and complete more stories. Start an OG story series and publish my first book. Oop.
What are you doing? Put that thing away. Give me some light.
Next question is, what would you like to do less of or change entirely? Can anybody guess what mine is? It is delete myself from writer's block entirely and stop procrastinating when I know that writing needs to be done. I would love to write more this year of what I love to write. Joy in my writing again. I also want to write consistent. Here's a big question. If you're published, what was your most profitable book series this year? If not yet published, are you planning to publish Submit to agents in 2026? Not yet published, hoping to publish or being close to publishing my first book by the end of 2026. To my OG 4-part series.
This really is a dead end. Look.
Journal any final thoughts about the current state of your writing career or thoughts as you begin to plan for 2026. What are your hopes for the new year? What do you want to change? What do you want to double down on? What habits do you hope to cultivate or create? What do you feel will help you be more successful? Okay. So let's answer my hopes for the new. Let's see. Since we're going to answer these questions, let's see. My hopes for the new year is that I maintain a consistent writing schedule and finish HDC. What I want to change is how I approach my writing and my stories. What I want to double down on is finishing HDC and working on my OG story part book 1 to publish by the end of the year. The habits that I hope to cultivate is writing a quick 5 to 10-minute warm up of the day, dribble each day to get the juices flowing, and writing at least my 93 words per day goal each day. What will help me be more successful is by following HB's example and rewarding myself at each words reached goal. So at 5,000, so at 1,000, 3,000, 5,000, etc. The rewards getting bigger as the words goals get bigger. Saving the biggest goal. Okay, so the next part. Oh.
No tumors. A single piece of seamless quartz. Cut across the brain. It's not possible even with today's technology it would shatter. Crystals are magnetic. English gold.
Okay, so my publishing strategy is I want to copy indie author Sarah Cannon, where she's the author of the Shadow Demon series and Heart Breathings, which I'm gonna leave her YouTube in that down below. And I also want to copy Nicholas Sparks' career, where he publishes a ton of books that he wants to publish, sticking to his genre of romance.
The body we found in New Mexico was not the first. It already dissected 2 others from similar crash sites in the Soviet Union.
Saucer meant from Mars.
The legends about Agator are all true. Early men could not have conceived, much less built. It was a city of supreme technologies and paranormal abilities.
Research more publishing things as an indie author. Refer to Sarah. Okay. So the next one in her planner.
There is no other explanation.
There's always another explanation.
The skull was stolen from Agator in the 15th century.
I'm gonna finish going bathroom, and then I might grab a shower. Do you need to go bathroom, Jess? Mom? Do you need to go bathroom?
No, can't go to your shower.
I'm reading right now. I finished my push.
Okay, so it says your 2026 calendar. Now that we've done the reflection, let's get planning. A realistic plan starts with a realistic look at your yearly calendar. So step 1, go through the entire calendar, mark off any days you already know you won't be working on your books. This means vacations, birthdays, holidays, family obligations, conferences, etc. If you don't want to work weekends, mark those off too. Be realistic as possible based on your past behavior. If you aren't sure of the exact dates of an event or if plans are still up in the air, simply mark off the appropriate amount of days somewhere around the month you'll need help. You can set the exact dates later. Count up as many days as you marked off, subtract the number from 365 to get your total working days off so far. So number of days in 2026 is 365. 365. So I figured this out earlier. So I'm going to mark off 35 days. So it's going to be holidays, national holidays, and my birthday. And I think I marked up birthday weekend days. So 365. Number of days in 2026. 365. Number of days marked off. It'll be 35 equals, I did this math already. It's 330. Days left. 330. Okay. And then step 2, now that you have your vacations and other obligations marked off your calendar, I want you to think back on this past year. On average, how many unexpected days did you need to take off each month from writing due to a family illness, blah days, headaches, and other things like this? For example, I have 2 children. It's a given that someone is going to end up sick or needing leave for extra time at least 4 days in any given month. I also have a mild chronic illness and tend to need at least 3 days a month for that. Then there are what I call mental health days, no obligations that are holding me back, just days when I don't feel like writing. How many days do you estimate you will need to take off from your writing or editing work for illness, mental health, or unexpected events? On the lines below, write down how many days and why you need them off. Ultimately, if you don't want to look at the days in this way, you can simply take your average words per week estimate from the journaling you did earlier and estimate your word count for 2026. So number of days you take off in step 2. Like I said, I did this earlier. So days take off in step 2. I think I put 60. I did 60. So days left of 2026 was 330. Number of days take off 60, and total days left leaves me 270, and I got 60 because I'm thinking the weekends. Calendar notes. Since these are by definition unexpected illness or events, there's no way to assign exact dates to them. Instead, what we really want to is to get the basic idea of what we are capable of doing in our writing business any given week or month. It doesn't have to be perfect or exact. Estimates are good enough to create an overall plan. Step 3. In this step, you will estimating how many working days it will take you to complete each part of the writing process. Use your best estimates for how long each book or project will take to plot, draft, edit, and publish in 2026. We will take this one writing project at a time. Just keep in mind that we are aiming for our best, most realistic guess as to how many writing projects you can complete in the upcoming year. The more conservative you are and the more buffer you build in, the more likely it is you will finish these projects on time. Let's take this step by step, project by project. For an explanation of what to do and tips how to complete this step, be sure to watch my YouTube video for creating your 2026 writing schedule. 2026 is going to be an incredible year. So she gives us a yearly glance at all the months, and you can plug in yours. Let's see. I'm hoping to have HGC maybe done by the end of the year is what I'm hoping to have HGC done. So HGC I want to have done by December 2026. Book 1 of Series 1, which is going to be, I'll spoil it right now, Seasons of Love. I want to have that done by March. No, not March. April. And then I want to, that's when I want to have the rough draft done. Have that done by my brother's birthday. And then Book 1, Series 1, Seasons of Love. I want to edit it by end of April 2026. And then Book 1, Series 1, Seasons of Love. Seasons of Love, spring. I want to publish by May, second week of May. Second weekend of May 2026. So I really got to get on this year. Like, I've got to get on this. And see, Book 2, Series 1. Summer. I want to have it done by July 7th, 2026. End of July 2026, and I want to book to season 1, series 1. Publish second weekend of August. Book 3. I'll speed this part up.
Crazy old man. Why'd you have to deliver me all by Jimmy? Good work, Ox. Thanks. Help. No, he was British. But that was an RAF pilot. He was a war hero, not some school teacher.
No, sweetheart. Colin was your stepfather. You started dating when you were 3 months old. He was a good man.
Colin isn't as in Colin Williams. You married him? I introduced you.
You gave up your vote on who I married when you decided to break it off a week before the wedding.
I think we both knew, Marion, it wasn't gonna work.
You didn't know that. Why didn't you ever talk to me about it?
Because we never had an argument, I won.
It's not my fault if you can't keep up.
I didn't want to hurt you. Oh, for the love of God. Shut the hell up.
Did you ever wonder years ago why I
Before winter book draft.
You know my dad. You bet I am, and I got news for you. You're gonna go back and finish school. Really? What happened? There's not a damn thing wrong with the kid. Don't let anybody else tell you any different. You don't remember saying that? That was before I was your father. You're not my father. You should have told me about the kid, Mary.
January, we'll do 14th, 2027. Before season 1, winter. Edit. February 11th, 2027. Before season 1, series 1.
I'm sure I wasn't the only one to go on with my life. There must have been plenty of women for you over
There were a few.
March
All had the same problem.
2027. My birthday. That's when I'll publish my last book in 2027 for the first series that I want to do. Okay, so the next part of her calendar, she gives you so you can block it up. Somebody suggested in the live that this would be a good social media calendar, and I agree. So I'll probably print it off and use it as a social media calendar, or use a copy of it and do it in my Notion. Yep, this was a Monday start.
What was he gonna do now?
Oh. And then here's these. You can use them as habit trackers or like pixels of the year. And here's like the projects. She gives you space for 9. And I'll go and recreate these as I go through each step. So she gives you like the stage, plot, / prep, rough draft, edits, publishing, total number of days to complete, and then like the number of days to complete for each one. Project started on and completed by. We could do each one. So each one could be like separate. So the first one could be plot, this one could be rough draft for one story, and this one could be edits. You can go about it like that. Okay, and she says, I've given you 9 projects in 2026. Though most people won't be able to do that many. Some will do more. Don't freak out if you literally only have one project for the entire year. If you can finish an entire novel in 2026, you are doing great, and you deserve to feel very proud of yourself. Everyone works at their own pace. This is no way about there this is in no way about comparing yourself to others. Your journey belongs to you, and no writer is better than another because of how fast or slow you write. I simply wanted to leave plenty of room for those who write fast or are working on several short stories or novellas. If you are one of those rare people who needs more than 9 projects, just print the previous page several times and change the numbers of the projects. Alternatively, I created a project page below that you can print as many times as you want if you prefer that format. When you're finished with the first 3 steps, consider doing one final step to add your writing projects to the yearly calendar, color coded, of course. How does it feel to have your 2026 writing intentions planned out? I am really proud of you for going through this process step by step to land the realistic schedule for the upcoming year. Things will no doubt change as you go through the year. You'll get a little bit behind here and there, and maybe you'll figure out you need to give yourself more mental health days throughout the year. Maybe it will take longer to plot or edit than you thought. It's all good. When it comes to the unknowns and creativity, it's hard to be exact, but hopefully this process will help you feel some level of control and excitement. The key is not to be perfect. It's to continue to be realistic in your estimates so that you don't feel overwhelmed. I believe in you. Let's make the best year ever. And if you want more support in 2026 for your writing journey, be sure to visit my online at YouTube at Heart Breathings or heartbreathings.com. You can also check out my courses at heartbreathings.teachable.com. XX Sarah. And here's the example. So I want to thank everybody for turning in. And I hope that you guys have a glorious and wonderful Christmas and a very Merry Christmas and a Happy Hanukkah and a Happy New Year. Kisses. Bye.
Are you done now?